This is the PL-89 Gematria Quantum Thought Calendar for Saturday, September 6th, 2025, and it is 13 Elul. It's Saturday night right now, but today was Shabbat, 13 Elul 5785, the Torah portion of Ki Tetzei, and it'll be 14 Rabbi Elul on the Islamic calendar. And this is the PL-89 Gematria Quantum Thought Calendar. The purpose of it is to calculate and compute gematria based on time and based on different calendars. This is one calendar that combines a few different calendars. The Gregorian calendar, the calendar that we use today that says that September 6th is today, and the Hebrew calendar, the one that says that 13th of Elul is today. And I just started studying and keeping track of the Islamic calendar, and it's similar to the Jewish calendar, the Hebrew calendar, in that it's a lunar calendar, and I'm not well acquainted with it yet, but I just started studying it and including it in this calendar. This is also a Daf Yomi calendar. Daf Yomi is the practice of studying a page of Talmud every day, one full page, which is two sides, side A and side B, every day, and the entire Talmud, which is approximately 2,711 pages. I think that's the number, but I say approximately in case I'm off by one or two. But it's 2,711 pages, and it takes approximately 7.5 years at that rate by learning a page a day. And so I find that this is fascinating, especially that particular time period, that 7.5 year time period correlates to many things. Well, specifically 7 years, but then 7 and 8 years, it's like the sabbatical year, and then the next year after the sabbatical year. It's always coming within that time period. And I didn't pay attention as to when it started. I mean, I know when it started, but I don't know what type of year it was. The Daf Yomi started in September of 1923, and so every 7.5 years since then, the Talmud has been completed. And I find it fascinating that 1923 was the year that the very last, from what I'm aware of, might be other, but one of the major countries that adopted the Gregorian calendar is the country of Greece. And it waited for a very long time until it actually took the calendar that we have today, and I've always wondered why. And it's interesting that was the year that the Daf Yomi started. And it's just I don't want to say conspiracy theory, but it's just a theory of mine, or some intuition, some kind of something that says they're connected. The year that the Daf Yomi started is the year that Greece adopted the Gregorian calendar. And I think there's reasons that can be proven. Okay, but anyway, so this calendar seeks to understand the things that happen during the day, or during current events, or anything based on gematria and a timely ordering of it. So today, the numbers are 26 and 5. Okay, September 6th would be 26. The coordinates would be D5. That's the coordinates for 26. And 13 Elul is in box 5. And the coordinates would be C6. Okay. D5 and C6. Those are the coordinates for today. And here's an example of how you look at things that happened in the life and you see it on the calendar. Okay, today it was Shabbat, and someone brought a bottle of wine. It was from the city of Hebron. Okay, Hebron in Hebrew. Hebron has a numerical value of 266. But if you go to box 26, and I didn't mention the rule of 40, but I'll say it now. The rule of 40 is that any of these boxes, if you add 40 to it, it's considered the same number. And that's how you can have, within this small little calendar, you can have every single number, whole number that is, because any number here, you just add 40 to it and it's considered the same number. That's part of the theory of how to use this calendar. So, for example, 26 is really the same as 66. It's considered the same as 106. It's considered the same as 146. Is 186. Is 226. Is 266. What was just said? 266. What's the numerical value of 266? Hebron. There's a bottle of wine from Hebron today on the table. It's not every week that happens, but it happened today. And today, box number 26 represents September 6th, on the day on which the bottle of wine was brought on the table, and Hebron has a numerical value of 266 in regular Hebrew gematria. That's an example of how this is supposed to work. That's one example, but it has to have many of things like this. And so when you put all these little things together, it's like, I think it's basically a numerical theory of everything. I think that's the best way of describing it. So again, today is September 6th, according to this calendar. I didn't explain how it's constructed. I'll do it in a different time. But the reason why it has the numbers the way they have them are based on a verse in the book of Leviticus, chapter 25, verse 20. It's about the sabbatical year. But today we're on box 26, and Hebron is a PL-89 extension of 26. 266 is root. Its root is 26. And all these is like the periodic table of elements. These are all elements, elemental numbers. They're all roots. And you can call them patriarchs or matriarchs. And every 40 that's added to it is another descendant. So that was I think that was the example for 26. But what about it's also a lunar calendar, not just a solar calendar. The lunar calendar is represented by the Hebrew calendar or the Islamic calendar, but the Hebrew calendar primarily. And it's 5. But what's 5? 5 is 45. Is 85. Is 125. Is 165. Is 205. Is 245. Okay, that's 245. Is Adam Kadmon. And I'm studying about Adam Kadmon in Kabbalah these days. But I can just keep on going. And as I'm going down the train of thought, I can stop off at any one of these stations. Each 40 is a station. So now, okay, 245, 285, okay, 325, 365, 405, 445, 45. Something happened today. It did. I'm glad I mentioned it. 445 is the numerical value of Avshalom ben David. And I'm really glad I went up Thought Train because that was a big topic today. I was just going to say Lot, because Lot was talked about by a rabbi in terms of the Geula, and 45 is Geula and 45 is Lot. But I'm glad I kept going to Thought Train because, and I might do this in the future, is that Avshalom ben David, he was He was David's son, and son from Ma'achah, the daughter of Talmai, the king of Geshur. And this was a big thing today. He gave his dad some problems. Let's put it that way. He wanted to kill him. Problems, to say the least. But Avshalom ben David is 445. It was talked about. It was argued about. His sister was Tamar, who was raped by her half brother Amnon. You can see this in 2 Samuel chapter 13. And so 445 is an extension of today, and that came up in a major way. So I think that's good for now.